All right, so here's my trade for the day. That kind of got me back in the green. Basically, it was an A plus setup here. Just took me quite a few took me a few tries to get in it, but I also wasted a bunch of tries on other stocks too. So um, yeah, so what I did was I traded SPY here, and if you look on this 5 minute, what the SPY was doing was selling off every day, but eventually all these days started to accumulate to where there was a lot of volume within each other. Yesterday we had an even lower move underneath the previous day's low. So we had multiple kind of a new low created on each day. Now today we didn't have a new low. Price got below, didn't even test the low of yesterday, and then quickly got back above and really never got back below it. It wicked through it. But here's what's important here. Then it made a clear top. It went straight from down here, and once it got above this level, once it got above yesterday's new break of low of the previous day low, it ripped right to the top. And what this top was a clear level from 2 days ago. That really high volume sell-off day. It was the low, which that low then became the value low of the next day, and then which then also became a little bit of an inflection within this value range here, and it was also in line with this pre-market. So I wouldn't have necessarily picked that level perfectly like that. However, what was going on was a compression here. So we have a compression happening. It took all day to form, and then you look left, you zoom out, and then you see, oh, okay, well, clearly it's compressing against this level here. So if you look back on my 1 minute, here's the compression. Took all the way up until about 12:30. Here was an ATR, so we had moved about 65% of an ATR. I created another ATR here. I restart the ATR now when I have a legit intraday breakout. Because I tend to see moves that are almost another full ATR, even more. Sometimes I see another full ATR and a half. This is almost like a separate trade. It's almost like its own open market right now. Um, so basically, here's what I did. I traded it. I got in long here, and partial pretty heavy here, unfortunately. But that was because I had lost so much throughout the day. But then I did kind of make my way back into it and got heavy again. I got a little heavier here and then got super heavy here, almost too heavy, to the point where I partialed a bit. Actually, you know what? My only bad partial was this one right here, and it was because I was sort of playing against this level, which, if you could see, it only got down and then got right back above, which I got back in, but I didn't get in as heavy as I got out, which was kind of a mistake there. But basically, I think I traded this really well, but I'm just going to try to go over the key variables and key indicators that I'm going to be using every time I take breakouts or every time I take trades. Now, for this one in particular, it's an intraday breakout, clear pattern showing. The longer that the pattern develops, the bigger the breakout you get. And then, like I said, when you look at the 5 minute, you have this clear level that it was. Or this clear level down here that it was pushing up against, right? And so it's not just a compression. It's not just this compression against a random level. No, this is a legit level. So that makes it worth it. It moved one full ATR. It respected all of its kind of pullbacks. So I could have either entered right on the breakout like I did, or I could enter for the first time on the initial pullback or flag, because these flags work so well, because these breakouts work so well, they move in patterns that are long patterns. So all the patterns we talk about that are long, pullbacks, ABCDs, flags, etc., higher day breakouts, VPA signals, it all works on breakouts because this is most of the time telling you that price is going from here up. So I can get in on a separate time with a new 1 minute high or any kind of like support, pullback support that it's showing. Again, you can see here it showed an even bigger, longer support here of multiple candles, and that gave me the ability to get in really heavy because I got in here on the break of these couple minute 1 minute candles, got in on break, pulled back, realized it was still holding, so I just felt like this just wasn't done yet, kind of cooling off here, so I got in heavy. You know, my stop did come up quite a bit, but I would have gotten out of a lot of it if it would have failed here, and I would have tried to get back in maybe down here. But then you had this daily level on top of it, so it kind of, that was really, this whole area was really good. And yeah, so then I worked it all the way up to the top. So I accidentally added in here, I meant to put in a order out here to fill somewhere up here, and instead of hitting sell, I hit buy on the order after I typed it in, and it immediately bought more shares. Got me pretty heavy actually, so I got a little nervous, but I was happy with how I held on to it and made it tell me that it was really selling off before getting out, because I was just kind of talking myself into, okay, well, I need to just get out because this thing's selling off, but really it wasn't showing me that. I was just worried because I was in so heavy. So anyways, held on to it. But because I got in accidentally so heavy here, I wasn't able to hold through this compression, and I ended up getting all out right here, I believe. Here or here. Anyway, so I traded it later because I realized, you know, hey, it's getting close to the end of the day. This thing is not selling off. There's a clear triple bottom respected here. And so I felt like, you know, this thing had a lot of volume and it still wanted to go potentially. So I see it get up to this kind of compression. It has a little battle here. I noticed it happening, so I got in, got out thinking it was going to flush back down and thinking maybe it wasn't going to happen just yet. But then it quickly got back above. I got in. Volume did start picking up, so I got in even heavier. So basically my stop was like right here, and then I got in again, and so it brought my stop to like right here. So that worked out really well. I'm really happy with that. That was like an entry position. As soon as I felt like I was right, I got in a lot heavier, and I really felt in control. This whole trade I was in control. I was not nervous at all. So that's probably something I need to think about. But partialed all the way up, pulled back, noticed it wicked all the way down to this slight little pullback here, this little AB 3-bar play here, and nice hammer. So I got in again, just kind of risking somewhere around down here. It held, boom, partialed at high of day, partialed one more time at the daily level, and then notice it holding here. And by this point, there was the most volume in a while going on here. If you can see here, you can see how much volume it was. It was almost more than all the volume at the open. I'll show you here. I'll zoom in. So yeah, this is just crazy amount of volume here. So so a lot of volume here, and it was really holding this level. So I got in and got in again, risking just down here. Because see, my average was somewhere down here initially, and so partialed some, got in heavy, risking just around here, partialed one more time, flushed down, even more volume now. Now selling volume was increasing. Selling volume was the most volume we've had here. So got all out, got short, risking this level here. Now I did let it slip a little bit here because there was so much volume, and I was doing sort of smaller shares, and then I added in a little bit more. Was a little worried here, but I really let it kind of, I just felt like it was, you know, it had gone up so much and we had so much volume going on. I felt like it was going to sell off, and sure enough it did. It sold off, gave a little consolidation here, and while it was consolidating, it just could not break this 44765, so I just kept partialing and then got all out, and that worked amazing there. So pretty much got out at the high of day, and then shorted it and pretty much got out at the lowest point it got here on this little sell-off here, which was kind of this earlier breakout here. So I'm really happy with this trade. I made all the money back that I lost and then some, got back in the green. Definitely want to have one of these trades when I'm not in the red. But I know it's still learning and still getting better every day, so I'm okay with it. Um, Definitely an A plus setup for me. Everything about this made sense. I was so comfortable this whole time here, even more comfortable here. Um, and then I was pretty comfortable even on this kind of closing last 10 minutes, intense volume. Just did smaller shares, smaller risk, and made some good money there too. So I'm happy with that.